it on Facebook and try and share it out there as well.
You gotta go
Hello
live
and
on
welcome.
Instagram too.
This is our weekly call with Gino Nadarov and Robert Lyon for all the people out there. We have a business together called Credit Leverage X, where we help people create financial freedom and all kinds of cool stuff. So today we're going to be talking about automated incomes. I really want to get this message out there. Talked to 3 people this week that were all excited about basically getting the funding, and they were just confused about what they were going to do with the money, right? The big thing that Gino said is like, okay, let's get you the money and then we can figure out the right moves. But I also just want to give you guys some ideas, start getting your head thinking about, if you had $100,000, what kind of business would you make, right? So that you can get freedom. We're all about leverage, right? So this is our realm of expertise and stuff. And I have a little list of some automated incomes and businesses that I've personally built and done, and we could also help other people's with. But Gino, what do you think about, you've made lots of money. Is anything been really automated? Like if you, in reality, what have you found that's actually been kind of an automated income?
Well, I mean, the best automated income is real estate, right? But in order to get into real estate, you need a lot of money, and sometimes it's not easy to penetrate that industry right away. But I think quick, fast returns on your money investments wise. I would say car rentals are
Yeah.
very lucrative. If you're able to leverage cars, and if you can get them at a cheap price, and not have to buy the whole car or have to finance the whole car. We have methods that I've learned, that I've kind of mastered, and basically we can get cars every day, as low as $1,000. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a matter of if you have the right networking people that you work with, and also dealers and brokers that are in the business, that understand how to make money, and being able to access these kind of opportunities with just accessing using credit cards, for example, personal or business credit cards, to basically leverage an asset like a car, and then turn around and rent it out. You can make, I would say, at least 3-4 times your money on a car rental, in a good market. And there's always ups and downs. So there's every business has their flow, but you can literally quit your job just renting cars. And
Yeah.
I've made over, I don't know, 10,000 a month, just renting out cars. And then I made it passively, where I had other people do the work, get everything organized, and market it that way. So it's just a matter of, you can make it automated, but you have to start on your own. Everything starts with you, and it starts with your personal credit, and then it goes into getting access to the money, and then you can leverage that money and invest into a business like car rentals. Other businesses that I've gone into is obviously e-commerce, affiliate marketing. These are the businesses that are pretty passive, and you have to do very little to increase your profitability with the money that you invest. But if you want something that's completely automated, I would say marketing is probably the best thing, right, Robert?
Yeah, so here's what you know. I've built a couple automated businesses, but my truth from literally going down the rabbit hole, I even had a whole business called Automated Income, is that the only real automated or passive income that I've ever created came from me doing a ridiculous amount of work on something completely related, and then it just was the leftovers, right? So I started this whole wholesaling business, right, and this coaching program, and it was just an insane amount of work, right, and then it all fell apart, and then now I still make $1,000 a month from affiliate marketing, right, and I just kind of I don't really care about it, but it came from an insane amount of work up front, and then it just kind of the
Yeah.
back end, right? It was the repercussion of me making an impact and
Right.
doing something, right? But the ones that I have built were, I would build these short courses, right? You can actually do these things called PLR. It's publicly they're like courses that people can buy and sell for $7, right? So you could start a website, you can rank it with SEO, and then you can have the course selling every single month over and over and over and over. And that's an automated income, right? Because you build it once, you set it, you forget it. Another one that I've actually made is affiliate marketing, like I just told you. But you have to have a really good niche for affiliate marketing, and you have to be an expert in that niche. You can't just like come into, and you have to know social media marketing. If you don't know how to use a computer or set up your own website or do social media marketing, affiliate marketing is not going to work for you. I don't care who you are. A big one that I'm hearing now, Gino, you have an automated Amazon store. I think that's cool. And then the other one is YouTube videos, and then campaigns.
Yeah, I think campaigns are the best, to be honest, because I don't, to get like an Amazon store, you either have to buy one that's already profitable, which is going to cost you, above $30,000 investment minimum, right, to buy a store like that. And a lot of people have done that. You can go, if that's really what you want, put your money into something like that. But then you're also putting your money in one basket. So I don't like to put my money in one basket. If I only have 30 grand or 50 grand to play with, I like to, spread it across the board. And the best way to do that is to be able to invest into multiple streams of income. And it's all about multiply. And that's really what the greats have done. Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, they've learned how to get those, how to spread their profits in different streams of income. And that could be, like a podcast. That could be something like, like renting, houses, renting cars, renting out boats, renting out, SUVs, whatever, like renting out a truck, for example. If you have a like a mobile home, maybe honestly, it could be anything that you already have that you could rent out and you can profit on that as well. And for me, I think campaigns has been the easiest because you can, fund the campaign and start, making money off that, campaign because you invested the money to start the campaign. And what they do is they go off and they market a specific product, maybe like Nikes or Adidas, and they sell a product and you get a profit from that campaign because the campaign was profitable. So you get a return on the campaign, and there's no limit. You can buy multiple campaigns. It's just a matter of being able to have the money to invest. So that's the most passive and pretty lucrative, and also very, no hands, like, no upfront work necessary. For cars, you have to, you have to get the cars ready. You have to know where to get the cars. You have to know how to manage the cars. You have to make sure you communicate. You have to have systems in place. You have to have people that are willing to work. You have to be able to pay people. At the end
park them all somewhere too.
Money, right? Money makes money. Any business owner can tell you, like, in order to be going to business, you have to have money, right? You can't just start. You can't open up a business and not have money, or hope that you can make money right off day one. There's very few businesses that you can make money day one, or be profitable day one. You have to have that kind of like, that period of like growth. And and that's where it really comes down to. But I think the ones that you mentioned, like, being able to open, create a website, being able to do, affiliate marketing, those are really great opportunities, and really anyone can do it. But if we want to help people, in a specific way where they don't have to do as much work, or it's a guaranteed income, I would push for marketing as far as like campaign marketing, and really teaching them how to leverage assets that they already have currently. If they have any assets that they already own, or selling. If you have stuff at home, like, I'm sure you have clothes. I'm sure you have things that you don't need. Like, sell it, put it on the market. At the end of the day, you probably have so much stuff laying around you never use. I know I have a motorcycle parked somewhere. I don't even touch it. So it's like I can sell that thing, but I'm not in a position where I need to sell it, right? But most people are in a position where they need money, right? Well, if you need money, what are you gonna do? You got to act. Like, you got to I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. You can't just sit and wait for things to happen. You have to look at what you have, and you are your own. You are an income. You are an income machine. You are a mass producing machine. Your activities have to reflect that. If your activities are to go to work, come home and have a beer, or watch the game, you're not going to be making much money. You will continuously do that, and you won't take the action necessary to change your life. So that requires you to, take, Robert, you mentioned that, doing activities that are productive, and those activities that are productive could be as, opening up a garage sale, or doing something that's going to a park and selling something that drinks or water, or even at the end of the day, people will buy water in a park, and if it's a hot day, they're gonna buy water from you for $5. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, there was these we were at what was it called? Like a parade, right? And these Indian family just popped up, and they had a big thing of dry ice, and they started selling snow cones for like $5 a pop, bro. I watched them make like $500 in like 2 hours. I was like, holy shit, dude! Like, this is awesome. But there's always a hustle you could be doing. But let's get back to automated, because I want to ask you.
Yeah.
You actually own a Amazon store that you don't even know that you own, probably still. So like, I want to know, how did that process? Like, how much did it kind of cost? And then you said it just now is making some money.
Yeah.
Right?
So as you can get into if you want to start a new store, like as low as 10K is what the startup fee was. 10K to get the people to start working on your store, to get an LLC open, to get the licensing. You got to get a sales license in order to sell in California, for example. I'm here in LA, or in your state, you need to get a sales license. And then once that gets approved, then you can open up an online store. And even though you need a website, but it doesn't really work off the website. The website is just for show. It's all about finding the right vendors that are going to sell on your store. Or you can get off, get discounts on those products. So you go and find yourself vendors, and they go out and do that for you. So they go out and find those products that they can get for a discount, and then they take those products, and we'll buy 1, 2, or 3. They will buy a few of these, and then we'll put it on my store, and then they'll see how they perform. And as they performed, as they made money, so we're talking about profit margin for one product, $80. Like, that's a good profit margin, So I'm like, dude, I want to sell like 100 of these, like, and I was like, well, sure. So the thing is, that's what they do. They go and they try these specific products for your store, and then they turn around and they sell, they go and buy mass. They'll go buy like, 100 of them, because they know it's going to sell. So that's what they do. And it's been pretty cool, considering, like, it's been about 4 months now since they started, and we've now just started to sell products on the store that they've reached out. And a lot of them are pet products. Some products are like creams and stuff. Other products that are like more like I would say feminine products as well, very high products. People like to buy stuff, brushes. You'd be surprised, things that even though they're like $10, the profit margin is like $9. So it's like, it's like you're buying $1 a brush, but you're selling it for like $10. So it's really, really profitable. And you just have to be able to, take the risk and start the store. For me, it was like, it wasn't really a risk. I wasn't in a rush for money. So I didn't need to spend $30K, get a store open right away. But like, if you get $30,000 to $40,000, you can buy an existing store that, and most people that are profitable, they're not going to sell an Amazon store that's profitable. They're not going to sell it unless they want to 5X that thing. They're going to say, okay, well, it's making me $50,000 a year. I'll sell it for $100,000 or $250,000. Then that would make sense for them. But it's just a matter of like, you don't want to spend that much money. You want to get something that's automated. 10K. I have the connection to the actual CEO of that company, and I can get a hold of them, and then I can connect all of our clients to open up an Amazon store. It's very simple, and I'm sure we can get them a good price and a discount. Anybody that wants to get in, and we already have a network connection with them.
Yeah, I think that'd be fire. And then I was just thinking of a couple other automated businesses that I've built. So like, you can white label software, right? So it's SaaS. I have it if you go to thescrapingtool.com. So that's my white label for a SaaS company. And it's basically like, I make a partnership with one of these SaaS companies. I just put my name on their branding and their website, and then I promote it. So like, when I was at Scaling with Systems, every new client that I'd get, I'd make them go through my little software. And now I get recurring revenue, and I didn't make the software or anything. I just promoted it. And then Batch Leads was my other, that's the one that I make $1,000 a month. Cause when I started that wholesaling company, I had, I had the affiliate link, and I would basically teach people how to use Batch Leads. So then I would make that, and I'm still making recurring revenue from that. And that was 3 years ago or something like that.
Wow.
But the only way that I was really able to be successful affiliate marketing was because I had like a following of people that were listening to me, and I was their guide, and I was showing them exactly what they needed to do. And it was like, okay, you need to use this software. You need to learn how to use the software because this is the software that's going to take you where you need to go. And then I just had my little affiliate link, right? So it wasn't even like my main goal or my main hustle, but it worked because when people look up to you or people follow you or you're in a position for leadership, that's how you can really be successful and make an automated income. But I didn't make any of the code. I didn't do anything. I basically just had the link and I was guiding people to use that software. So that was a really big one. And then I was thinking back to when I first started like making businesses, I was doing drop shipping, but I ended up making more money building the drop shipping website and then selling the drop shipping website to people than I ever did selling any products on any of the stupid businesses. And then I had, I hired some guy on Upwork to start making these fucking websites for me. So I'd pay him like $500 or whatever. And I'd go and I'd sell them for like 2,500 once they were all done. And that was pretty much automated because I didn't do any of the work once I taught that guy how to do it. But I obviously built the first, like, I'd say 5 websites by myself, and then I sold them, and then I had somebody else build the website. So that's called like drop services, right? That's an automated business that you can do, but you basically find people that need a service. In this case, it was people that needed a drop shipping store, right? And then you have somebody else do the actual freaking work, and then you get paid, right? You're the middleman. So that, like, that's it. But I still don't really know if there is any like totally fucking automated income out there, right? It's like, it's either you make, I'd rather make massive income than passive income, right? But some people are different. I feel like if I make enough money now, then I can retire early and I can live my life and find something else that I enjoy doing, as opposed to making money now and like traveling and just making enough to pay the bills. Like, it's cool to have the money to just do whatever, but I still think there's going to be that point where it's like, yeah, my income is automated, but I want to make more money, right? So maybe you just stack those. You know, I'm not sure exactly on the best process. I think it's different for everybody.
Everybody's different. I mean, I think I say do it all, right? So I do it all. So, you know, if you wanna be like me, just keep doing everything. So at the end of the day, so there's nothing that I don't do that I probably should be doing. Maybe if there is something, let me know. I'll do it.
Yeah. I think this is the one thing that is a little deeper than what we were talking about, though. Even last night, you texted me. It's like where your attention goes is where where what grows, right? So that's the problem with doing everything all at once. It's like, because like but I was thinking about this pretty profound yesterday. Actually, it's like whatever I focus on, that's what's going to grow, right? So if I have all these different automated businesses, and sure, they're really working, that's awesome. But a lot of the times, if something is automated, it just means that you're automatically fucked because you don't even know what's happening. You don't know how to fix it, right? So if you can maybe just focus on having one really good income, right? And then scaling that one really good income that'll turn into something that's so massive that you can take your hands off. I think that's how you have to do it. I don't think it's like, you know, pay $30,000 for this thing and then just not pay attention to it and like pray that it's going to put money in my account. Maybe that works, but I haven't found that.
I think you're right. I think you're right. When it comes to security and being able to be in control, like you want to be able to have what's going to happen. I agree with you, but I mean, we're talking about services that like I've tried and you've tried. And I can vouch for these services because they made me money. So, you know, these are things that, you know, anybody can do. Anybody can start a car rental business. Anybody can start an Amazon store. Anybody can start, you know, investing in campaign marketing. Anybody can start affiliate marketing. There's commission websites that I used when I was 16 years old. I was an entrepreneur when I was 16 years old. I was making $2,000 a week selling eBay accounts.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I was making.
There's a hustle back there for eBay.
Bro. I was getting people to sign up through my affiliate links. Yeah, and I was making $25, $25 to $30 a new account applying for eBay back in 2008. People were, you know, I was making like $2,000 a week just getting people to sign up for a specific store or make an account, you know, an actual account on eBay. They had a big promotion. There's a lot of commission stores like our websites that I can share with our community that they can go and start right now. They can go and like start doing that right now. But sometimes, you know, if they have kids, they have family, and they don't want to like step away from their job,
they need something.
Yeah, they need something like to kind of offset their income and be able to like give them that cushion that they need in order to maybe leave their job.
Yeah.
Well, and they can't necessarily do a car rental business while they're working, right? Not everybody has that ability, or that doesn't have the I guess the drive or the ability to do that right away. It's not everybody's
Right.
like you or me or anybody that's an entrepreneur. Not everybody's an entrepreneur either. Some people just
Yeah.
need the ability to just have a passive income come in, to kind of like provide that stabilization if they were to lose their job today, right?
Mhm.
What can they do right now that will provide food, shelter, and a play and a stabilization for their family for the next I don't know lifetime, let's say. So for them, I think it's all about it comes back to e-commerce and online marketing and campaigns. So there's nothing
Yeah.
else that's mass. It has to be massive, right? So if you in order to sell, in order to do something like and make it more stable, you need to be able to have something that you can sell throughout, not massively, and not necessarily like within a
Well,
small.
it's either high ticket or massive.
Yeah,
Massive.
there you
Those
go.
are the
So
pretty
either
much
high
the
ticket,
best
so
way to,
having a high ticket
or
product,
recurring revenue, I would say too.
yeah, and having a high ticket product, not everybody can create a high ticket product. Like in order to create a high ticket, you have to have skills, you have to have knowledge, and you have to have drive, and you have to be able to have the money to afford or to create that business, for example,
Yeah.
and push a business, like our business, like to create a business that has has value, that's real value in the real world, and that fixes people's problems. You have to be able to have, besides just doing the work, if you can't do the work, you need to have the money, right? So if you can't
Yeah.
do it yourself, you got to have somebody else do it. So high ticket, I agree. But I think that's not as easy to get into high tickets sales than to get into, for example, automated passive
Mass
income
scale
sales.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mass scaling. Yeah, mass scaling and selling, or doing like marketing mass and selling. I don't know, like something simple as $5, $10, $20. And if you have a million people in the United States, there's like 300 million people. If you can sell to 1% of that, or even 0.5% of that, 0.05% of that, you're gonna be pretty profitable. So you just
Yeah.
gotta find that niche and find the product, and then that's what we help you do here, as well as guide you to things that we're currently doing that you can go off and you can get involved in, like an Amazon store, start buying campaigns for yourself, and invest like 4,000 or 5,000 and get like a 25% return within a month. I mean, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Where can you make 25% return on your money right now?
Right.
I know where.
Yeah. I've got a couple
That's
ideas.
fire, right? If I can provide 25% return to my clients when they, in our program, then it's like, well, it's automatic profit, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
we can help them, scale. We can help them make more money, but and then there is some limitations per person, but I can make it where we can have, it doesn't have to be just them. It could be their wife, their daughter, their sister, whatever, right? We can open up multiple accounts, multiple campaigns for their family. That way they have multiple streams of income within their own family. So it's like, income is, you are the income. You are the the fact that you have a social security number, the fact that you have a credit score, and the fact that you're mobile and you have a mind, and you can speak and you can think, you are a income machine. So you just need to take those the skills that you've been given, you've been born with, and now put it into action. Besides having a job and making someone else rich, start doing things for yourself, and those activities are gonna come to fruition as time produces. But you have to either do it on your own, which is not easy, or have mentors or people that can coach you to do those things, which is what we do in our program. We guide you and we coach you to those things and get you to that next level, or get you to create multiple streams of income, as well as get you money. So you need, in order to invest into businesses or a passive automated business, you do need to invest money. You can either you're putting time or you're putting money. So you choose, right? Well, guess what? We can help you. Not only get access to the money, so you don't have to use your own money, and then you can create a separate stream of income without using any of your own money. I mean, we're talking about creating a separate passive incomes for your family without using any of your own money. I mean,
Right.
besides real estate, which everybody's out there, real estate, use OPM, other people's money. That's great, but some people can't take that kind of risk. They don't
Yeah, it's
have that kind of.
a lot easier or a lot harder than they say it is on the
Yeah,
internet.
it's a lot harder. And I've done, wholesaling. I've done that. I know
Yeah.
the process. I've gotten deals and I've, bought deals. I've sold off contracts. I've done that. And on my own, it took a lot of my time. And that's why I stepped away from it, because it was just way too much of my time. And I was like, this is
Right.
not making me enough money for me to spend this much time on this. So my money was more like, let me focus on, finding, deals that I want to buy and hold, rather than just flip, right? So, but I still would buy deals if they came in. If I found a good deal and I could buy it, I would buy it. But again, you need money, right? You can't just buy those deals and you're like, oh, where am I going to get the money from? Well, you need to be able to access other people's money or the bank's money and be able to use that money to invest and passive income. And that real estate is the biggest passive income, but not everybody can get into something like that, at least not right away. So I say, real estate is great, but that should not be your first business, if I should say.
No. Yeah, and I'm thinking about automated incomes that I would like to create. I'd like to do some more storage units. I'd like to buy land, put little boxes on them, and then charge people rent to put all their crap in it. You know what I mean? And as the housing market gets even worse, man, people are going to need more places to put all their crap in this consumer nation. So that's a pretty good one, right? You buy some land, you put a bunch of storage units on it. That's pretty automated, right? You probably still have to have somebody to manage it and to call people and to put locks, and then you could sell the storage units, right? And start your own little show or whatever.
You can rent out storage areas. Like you can use your back. Let's say if you're living even if you're renting, right? You can, if you're not using an area of your house, or you're not using an area in your backyard or whatever, there's apps out there. I've seen that you can, rent out a storage area, like rent out an area, or just get a storage shed and put it for rent. You can make a trip, $300, $400, $500 a month, or even a week, if you can get the right clients. Now, other things that you can do is, the Airbnb arbitrage is a very popular thing now, right? So, and then people are getting into that, where they go and rent out a place, and then they go in and turn around and rent it to another client. That's another thing that I'm actually into that as well, but not in the arbitrage sense, because I like to own my assets, because I want to pay down my mortgage. I want to get the pay down, and I want the appreciation. So you don't get that with arbitrage. All you get is cash flow. We also can definitely teach people that are interested in Airbnb and that want to get into Airbnb how to go about to do that. It just requires you to have there's websites I found where people are posting their ads, and they're saying we are like pro Airbnb, or we're let's say we have an apartment building and we're accepting people to come rent and manage our properties using Airbnb. They're literally accepting.
Really? They say that? That'd be so easy. So you just go, you get a contract, and then you just
go get
market
a contract right now. You can go to one of these apartments. I'm talking about like high-end apartments, bro.
Yeah.
Because what's happening? People are not renting from them anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, here in like Glendale, there's apartments that are like for like a studio, you're paying like $3,000. For one bedroom, you're paying like $4,000. $3,500 obviously it's in like downtown Glendale, like on Grand, very prominent location. We're a very, very desirable location, but they can't find tenants. They can't find tenants, and they can't find tenants that are going to pay them $4,000 a month, and they also don't want to rent it for cheaper because it's a really good area. So they're like they're running in a problem where they can't, they don't have enough people to run those Airbnbs themselves. They're like, well, why don't we just let people come in and rent it for us?
I think the cool thing about Airbnbs is if you started making like themed Airbnbs, right? So you'd have like a theme for the place, like a retro or like a video game, some nerdy shit that people would really like to go and like take pictures at. I think that's a good one. But there's also realities about Airbnb, right? So my sister, she rents an apartment in Denver, and the reason her rent is so low is because she helps like people that are all the rest of the rooms in the apartment that she lives in, they're all Airbnbs, right? And so she has like a cheap rent, but then every single fucking night there's somebody like raving out in the apartment next to them because it's an Airbnb, and there's a bunch of kids like rolling and fucking banging techno music all night. And then she had somebody start to cook their dinner, and then leave the Airbnb, and they left the oven on with their dinner in the oven, and it's just like, fuck, man, you gotta be careful. Like, there's reality about Airbnb, but it's such a cool opportunity if you could get into it in like a cool area and make it profitable, you know.
Definitely, and but that's the thing that when you're doing the Airbnb arbitrage, you're kind of like responsible, right? You have to be responsible for your tenants. So that's the biggest part, is being able to be responsible for their actions and what they do. If they screw up that apartment, you're responsible, right? That's why the owner always wins. No matter what. If you're the owner, you always win. So as long as you're the owner, but that in order to become the owner, in order to become the investor, you need cash flow, you need income. Any business, any person needs income. So if you're making $25 an hour and I give you an opportunity to make $45 an hour, or I give you an opportunity to make $100 an hour, doing sales, I mean, shit, you should change your job. You should change your occupation and do that, because that time is your time is way more valuable doing this other job than you going and getting your 4-year career degree, which is, more stable. But the stability is where it kills you. Stability is like, I think there's a phrase for it. Whenever you're stable, you're comfortable and you're kind of stale. But you're living your life. You're living the best life that income allows you to live. Okay. Yeah. So that's where you're going to be plateaued, and you will not grow, and you might grow like at a 3% rate. You over the course of, like, let's say you're 23, by the time you're 65, this is where you're going to be at. The income doesn't change that much. So, and you just got this whole savings, like, 401k or whatever. And you hope one day that, when you retire, you're going to get that money. And then next thing the government just takes it away. It says, oh, sorry, guys. Unfortunately, we're in a, $15 trillion debt, and we can't put you guys in a pension.
We're going to use your money to make a bomb.
Like, I don't want to laugh, bro, but I feel bad. Sometimes I'm like, dude, these guys depend on this stuff. They depend on this. This is their, besides their income. If they're not saving their money on their own and they're not investing their money on their own, they are depending on that pension to help them live the last years of their life, the last 10, 20 years of their life. And if they don't get that income, they're screwed. That's it.
Right.
What are they going to do? They're going to depend on the kids. Hopefully they have kids that are going to be willing to help them. And now the kids nowadays don't even help their parents. There's very few kids that are like that. I think there's, those that are doing that now are very lucky to have kids that help you. You get, if you have kids that are helping you now, you should be very thankful. That doesn't happen anymore. So now you kind of in a situation where, like, you get to a certain age. By the time you're 50, if you don't have passive income, you don't have investments, you don't have other opportunities where you're already invested and you're the owner, or you're invested in that business or that asset, then you are no longer going to be able to survive at the end of your life. You will be by the time your life ends, you'll be broke. So you'll be like, or maybe you're broke before you die. So that's even worse. Right. So you don't want your trajectory to be like that. So what happens is you have to take action and start doing activities that are more productive and more income driven. So that way you're making, your trajectory goes from 21 to 20, like I say 50 or 40 years old. By the time you're 40, you're here, and you started at 21. So this is what you need, right? Not when you're 60 and you're doing this, right? So you want to be doing it when you're in your 40s and 30s. You really want to be, climbing that ladder. Stable. So that's what I would say, and I would recommend everybody. Maybe don't do everything. Put your attention on one business or one topic, but make money your attention. Money should be your attention and everything. Money is your the air you breathe every day, because that's gonna make your life amazing, or it's gonna make your life a living hell.
And I think the secret to automated incomes is creating a system that makes you money, right? So you focus on the system. Like, that's what you did with your car rental business. It's like, first you had to get the leverage, which was the car rentals, but then you had to build a system for Israel and your car people to, like, manage that business, right? So that's how it fucking runs, and that's how you create an automated income.
It starts with testing, right? The first car I got, I probably didn't do it the best way, but I always wanted a Corvette, so I went and got a Corvette. And I'm like, if anything, worst case scenario, I'll fucking drive it, So I was like, I'll enjoy the drive. But the first car I ever got was like 5 years ago. I've
always been too tall for a Corvette, bro. Are you too tall for the Corvette?
I mean, I'm 6 feet tall, so I'm kind of tall too. But I got in there, So, so I was like, all right, well, here I am. I got this Corvette. I got to enjoy it, and then boom, it was making me $2,000 a month, bro. like
Nice.
profit. It was making like $2,700 a month, and I was like, dude, this is insane. So I went and got
That's
two
cool.
more.
Yeah. Nice.
And then after that, I was like, fuck this, I'm getting every car. So I just started, and I scaled all the way up to 25 cars
Nice.
during before the pandemic. And then I was just, I was cash flowing, heavily, really, I was cash flowing on other people's money, and I was making money on money that was not mine, and I was making
Right.
money off assets that were not mine. So, so nothing was mine. I didn't know anything. All I did was collect. I just kept collecting the money, and then anytime a car broke, I just, all right, let's get rid of this car, let's get a new one. It was like rinse and repeat, right? So, but to get to that point, like you said, create systems and people, and leverage, marketing, leverage people, leverage time, money, I should say, instead of time. So leverage money, leverage everything but time. That's all you need.
Right.
You need to leverage everything but time. The time should be the last thing you leverage. And if you're working right now in a 9-to-5 job, you are doing the worst thing you can do before. Unfortunately, I did it for 14 years, and I had to learn, but I had to, do it while I was working. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not,
Right.
no one should leave their job after, hearing me or Robert talk or anybody else. Even Grant Cardone would tell you, don't leave your job. Get your shit together, create that extra stream of income, and then passively invest in things like automated marketing, affiliate marketing, start a rental business, maybe buy your first property, put a 3.5% down on a fourplex. You can do a lot of different things, but those are bigger business models, and automated businesses like we mentioned already. I think any of those, anybody that joins our program can really get access to that and get the real picture of the truth, rather than go in there blindsided and not know what to expect. You need that kind of like guidance, and the blueprint is already there. So we have the blueprint, we have everything streamlined in a way where if somebody wanted to get into one of these businesses, we can definitely point in the right direction and provide the training for them.
Right. And people are so worried about, oh, how can I automate the money? Well, let's get the money first, which is what Credit Leverage X, and then we'll figure out how to help you automate that your income with that money, right? Once you have money and you can put your investor hat on, you're able to think a lot bigger. When you have no money, you're blowing bubbles and you're in a tiny little box, right? You can't think big pictures realistically. But once you get more realistic, time to sit down, make a plan, follow the plan, execute, and get where you want to go. You know what I mean? So, and then the only other one that I would say is like marketing, and digital products, right? So if you can master marketing, right? Facebook ads, Google ads, these will drive traffic to your products. And if it's a digital product, something you don't have to make, because I had a physical product business forever, and there's definitely no scale there other than being kind of enjoyable. But digital products, that's how I would also create automated incomes, because then nobody's there to have to manage it. You don't have to package and ship it. You don't have to create the thing. So that's always a huge way. You can also build, coaching businesses. You can build, there's lots of ways that you can automate your income is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. And it just comes down to really like, you're not going to do anything or get any income if you're not passionate about it. I feel like, it doesn't have to be passionate about it. You don't have to love what you fucking do, but you have to like it a little bit, right? You have to like it enough to stay up and watch all the stupid YouTube videos and make a plan and write it down and talk to people.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like money, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't like money, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, we need to get out of our group.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying life is all about money. No, it's not. Life is not all about money, but money is the air you need to breathe, because you live in a society that is dependent on money. You live in a society that requires you to have money to go fill up your gas tank, to go get some food for your wife and kids, to go and on a vacation that you always want to go and buy a gift for your mother for Mother's Day. It requires money. So if you really, you can go, batch about anything else, but you have to have a money mindset mentality. That's the new thing. A new phrase, money mindset mentality. You have to have money on your mind, driven towards making money all the time.
Driving down the street, sipping gin and juice.
Changing your mind, then you start changing your actions, and your actions will produce income that you did not think ever was possible. But you have to take the action and start realizing, time is more. All you have is time. So if you don't take your time and you don't use that time wisely, and when I say wisely, I'm saying like you should get paid correctly for your time. So find either a skill or a niche or a job that will pay you more, find people that are making money already and join them. You don't have to be the creator of your business. We already got a business. We're hiring right now. People are, dying to join our program because we have an amazing offer for people that, that will change their life. And it's really an amazing offer that we put together. Now we're at the point where we want to help as many people as possible, but we also want to bring in the right people that are really motivated, that are really focused on changing their life. And those people that are going to join our program will be the same people that are going to work for us, that are going to work with us, that are going to grow with us, that are going to make money for themselves and their families. They're going to, we're creating an ecosystem within ourselves where we don't depend on nothing else around us. We are our own ecosystem. People have to realize that they don't need a company and a corporation or anyone else to pay you. You can pay yourself through your skills, your actions, and your desire and your ability to make money.
Yeah, I agree. And that actually brings us to, I think next week we're going to talk about how to 10x your finances. All right. So that was today's little video though. Just talking about automated incomes. We've got a lot of different opportunities, but you still need a coach, right? And like, I hate the world where people are so lost that they don't know what to do, and then they don't have the right coach to really get them where they want to go. You know what I mean? Like, you need someone who's going to sit down with you, be realistic with you, because you're going to have your own zone of genius. You're going to have your own, there's opportunities almost always around you, right? If you don't have opportunities, then there's always opportunities online, right? But you need to know, first of all, like, what are you really going to do? What are your revenue generating activities, like me and Gino were talking about? And then you have to think bigger. If you're trying to make an automated income, trying to sell some little $5 fucking widget, you're never going to make enough money to pay all your bills. You got to shoot for the moon. You got to make something that's a massive automated system that's really, even if it fails, you'll still make a little bit of money. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you really create these automated incomes. You got to go big. Gino got one Corvette, saw the light, went big, right? You got one house, you fucking saw the light, went big. So you just also have to just get started. But you got to think bigger if you're going to really create. You got
to jump the cliff, bro. It's like, you never know what's going to happen. Like, oh, it's scary. I'm going to jump. I might die, but you might get rich. So,
feeling froggy, bro.
Yeah, it's like you gotta jump. You gotta jump that.
Take the leap. That's what it is, right?
Take a leap of faith. Believe in yourself. And that's the biggest thing. If you don't believe in yourself, then nobody's gonna believe in you. If you're not, one thing I had a mentor tell me once. When I was working as an engineer, is like, if someone else is more concerned about your career than you are, then you have a problem. You should be more concerned about your career. You should be more concerned about your income. You should be the one that should be taking the action necessary to increase your income. If you're not proactively increasing your income, you're not proactively getting into courses, you're not proactively learning, educating yourself, then you will be left behind. And then nobody is left to blame but yourself.
Yeah, that's what we tell everybody. Once you get the funding, invest in your mind first, right?
Yep.
And then if your focus is to create an automated income, then just focus on creating an automated income. But you got to think like a really big automated income. You can't shoot for little tiny bullshit and then only put in half-assed effort and expect to get money. You got to put in a lot of effort. But if the end goal is an automated income, that's what you focus on, and that's how you'll get it. That's what I would say.
And make sure you have the right people next to you. If you don't want to, you don't want to fail, or you don't want to go through the failures that me and Robert have gone through, because we've gone through failures, and we can talk about it way more than the successes we've had. So we can talk about a lot of failures, but the successes, they're a dime a dozen. When you do get to the successes, those are like, wow, I'm so glad I did all that work. I'm so, it was hard as hell. I worked my ass off, but you know what? Like, now I am grateful to have a car rental business. I'm grateful to have a management company. I'm grateful to have my own self-sufficient businesses all I'm going to do is keep growing that for everybody. And I want everybody else to do that for themselves. And that takes, courage. It takes dedication, and it takes, time and money. So, you have to dedicate all of it, and you can do it while you're working with the right people. And me and Robert, we did it, we did it on our own. And then we found people along the way that helped us, take it to the next level, that helped us pivot our mindset, that helped us grow as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a business investor or as an owner, you know. So we found people on the loan, but if we didn't take the necessary steps to try to like pivot our life and start taking action towards that direction, or towards a direction or surrounding ourselves with people that are like-minded, then we would have never been where we're at right now. We would have never had the things that we have now, and that's where we, the skill sets that we learn, the education that we can share now, and that's what we're building with the community. Is like we don't want people to have to do all that work that we had to go through. And that's exactly what a lot of entrepreneurs now, they want to help people because they've already done it. They don't need anybody else to help them. They've already done it. They know what they need to do. They know how to keep growing their business, or they're going to continue to ask what they can do and grow from it. And they're looking for people that are making more money than that. Like I'm looking for people that are making more money than me, right? I'm always looking to learn from new people and grow. And one thing my mentor told me, a coach always needs a coach. That's true. It's you even though you might be a coach, you still need a coach. So every day, I'm always going to have a coach, and that coach will always drive me further along, and from there, once that coach is teaching me, I'm going to have to find another coach. So it's just like it's constant growth. So, and that's what we're going to be doing. So we're looking for multiple ways to grow, and we just want to we want to help others. So I'm excited about people joining the community and not having to be alone, and I'm not have to go through this journey alone. It's not a fun journey, but it's definitely fruitful at the end.
Yeah. Well, I think that's today's episode. This was awesome. I appreciate everybody watching this. If you're hearing this on a recording, drop a comment, like, share with somebody else who might be interested in automated incomes and join Credit Leverage X. We dropped a link to, check out what we do. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me or Gino, and we'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you in the next one.